Ho, 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 and only 2 hours to go. It's a very merry, yes, Happy New Year, Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah. If there's any other races out there that are celebrating happy, whatever it is to you, be happy. We have to live here and we can't leave until death, so we don't want to die. We want to live, so we want to be happy. Happy Feet, they made a movie. Appy, the French say app. So we got the apps now on the computers. Appy, appy, app. Or the child goes uppy daddy, uppy daddy. And if he doesn't say it right, he goes appy daddy, appy daddy. So not all real words are understood, yet we still pick up our kids, even if we misunderstand them. Yet you bump into somebody in the street and something goes wrong, and even if it was a misunderstanding, you don't regard it that way. So you hit them in the head. Don't you see? What we care about, we take care of. We couldn't care less. We treat it that way. And then it comes right back to us. Life is a rubber band, man. It goes out, it's overheard. If it's not overheard and it's just between two, when they look at each other, there's a pressure. Why do we need that pressure in our mind for no reason at all? Why do we need to mix ourselves up when we're already unsure and already mixed up? Why do we need? Do we need? What is war all about? Why are they fighting? We're supposed to get along. There's one planet. We can't push each other like that. But the question is, if somebody's going to cause war or damage to us, sure we have to go in and do something. But you know what? Out of everything and out of all the surveys they do, when they go into war, they don't do that. It's only their choice what they think, because they're commanders and admirals and chevrons and privates and generals. Do you know it's a good encouraging way if you want to work? They show you that when it's hard, you have to jump. You have to jump, and how high do you jump? As high as you can go. And that means when you go, you don't stop jumping until he says stop. You see, we're putting men in order to go into the army, okay? But when people come into our country, they don't even understand our rules, and we don't put them through the army routine. They must learn the way it is. It's not a hard way. There's hundreds of thousands and millions that went into the armies. Look at all of them. They're dead. Oh, I'm sorry. But the other ones who are not, they're in terrific shape. Their mind is strong. Okay? The whole thing is, they're not the last decision. The guy's right in front of you, ready to jump you. And the general says, wait, but you shoot him anyways. The general says, okay, you got 10 years now in jail. You didn't listen to what I said. So you go into the court for somebody else to judge a misunderstanding, for someone else to judge whether or not two guys meet on the street. They're battling it out. One guy hits the other guy over the head with a stone. The other man hits him with a purse. The guy with the stone goes to jail. Why? Because it's a stone? Or was he stoned? Was that also a misunderstanding? This whole world is being misunderstood. Okay? If this world, okay, was put here and part of it was called the game, we'd play the game. And we are. If it was Monopoly, we want all the properties. We want all the houses. We want all the hotels. Well, that's going on here on Earth. If it was Battleship, we'd send the ships out to sea and we would fight. And at the end, there's a winner. But in games, it goes back into the box. Man is playing it for real. Holy Jesus. God, whoever, it doesn't matter. I'm here, I know. You know. Okay? For those who don't understand, who don't know, who can't see the difference, okay, sometimes it's just not their fault. When somebody can't see, they can't see. Even if their eyes are open, they don't understand. They don't even have the strength inside their mind to say, you know what, I don't understand, explain it to me, and we'll hash it out until we can both figure it out why. So you hash it out, and you say, listen, man, you got 3 rocket ships ready to go towards me. And the other guy says, no, you don't. No, you don't. You know what? You know what I think? I don't think we're tied enough. I don't think the nations are tied enough. I don't think they sit in the room. Even though they'll lie to each other, they all have to explain and understand. Whatever damage you do is done against you. Why don't you care? Care as if there is a God, and care as if there is no God. The caring is all that matters. You're not here for them. We're here for everybody. And it's not winner take all. We're not playing hockey. We're not getting the Stanley Cup. We don't come to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. What do you call it again? Oh my God, Stanley Cup pennant. Oh my God, March Madness, soccer, skiing, racing, Olympics. This is a world of games and sports. But we're supposed to take it as amateurs and Olympians. Like the Greek gods, when they first started, they were the Olympians. And that's the way the world was supposed to remain. But we broadened out with evolution. With every day that passes as the world turns, somebody learned something new. And then it had a value to another. So how do we replace it? We replace it with money. There's no problem replacing it with money. But we have to understand, if we don't run on a ratio of quota systems like they do in the chickens to pigs here in Canada, okay, things will get out of order. Well, the guy's going to come back at you and he's going to say, hey man, he says, if I don't make this amount of money now, my first 6 years, I lost 6 million. If I don't make 9 million my first year, and then how many years after that before they have to start dividing up the money between the others, like they do in the hockey rings, in football. They have base salaries. You pay a penalty. It keeps everybody even. So we get onto the Monopoly board and we roll a 3 and we got Baltic. Beta world created. Third one for creation. We got the creator, which is Baltic, which means beta, angel, life, transfer of creation. Baltic. So whatever we do in life, okay, we're going to end up somewhere. Where it is, it doesn't make a difference. You're going to be there. So we have to understand to understand. We have to learn to what is the difference instead of just saying, okay, there is a difference. You have to bring the two sides together to both understand the difference. Even if you won't even use the difference, to understand the difference when it comes about next time, it'll almost be like you already have rules and regulations. So you know what's in, you know what's out, you know what fits, you know what doesn't fit. So you get, you got a game, yeah, look at that, Monopoly, you got 40 spaces, you got chance and you got community chest. You can land on income tax. You can land on go. You can land on free parking, whichever number you know. But when you land on 55, do you actually know where you are? You're on the train tracks. As far as I remember, it's Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania let the airplanes fly out of Chicago. Something about the Chicago Railway that ties things together. Railway, X-Man, red light of spirits. 4 wheels on each car. Metal on metal. That to me is heavy metal. Okay. Where did the rocks and the roll come in? Well, let me tell you one thing. When they made that passage through the Twin Sisters out in Wyoming, that's where the rocks started to rattle and roll. But it was more like pebbles and bam bam because they exploded it to go right through that mountain. The flint stones, the first man, he used it to light fire. Then he found he can chip it. It was easy to chip, but it wasn't a good tire wheel because it was like, it had that slant on it so it would chip apart. But then again, they used it for the wheel. Anyways, to get back off of that, we're going to get on to, where was I? Oh my God. When God makes a decision for a design, he splits something. He cuts the 4 corners off a square, it becomes a stop sign. Well, wait. What does he do with the pieces? Throw them in a garbage can? Of course not. He has to reuse them. One is up, one is down. So if this was up good, we can reverse it, put it down, we can connect the down to the up. Although it'll look a little bit different, I'll try and show you what it looks like. Okay? First, it was like this. Okay, on the stop sign. Oh, is that the right one? Yeah, that's the corner has to be. You know what? I'm running out of time. Did I screw up a little bit? Yeah, and I wanted to make it right. Yeah. Did you like the picture in the background? You know, the more I move my camera up like this, okay. Now take a look at that picture. The whole design stretches apart when I move my camera. Okay? That whole picture just tears apart. Top left-hand corner, up over here, right here. Look at the birds. Look at all the birds. It becomes from fish to birds to animals and cartoons because I'm crossing over with the screen. I don't know if you get it on your screen this way, but when it crosses over on that angle and it picks up the nylons on the side, the colors stick out different, changing the whole format of that picture. I'd like to snap it right now and print it because it's beautiful. It's what's coming on because it's beautiful in God's world. It's almost like being on Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny and the Road Runner, because that's what kind of world it is. And before we settle out, we must say, MrTacpans's, he's been around for 1 year. MrTacpans's was his first birthday and his first real New Year's, being 1 year old. Now he's part of the spirit, in which means on my birthday, my spirit and his spirit will have a higher connection. Well, that's what I'm hoping. Hoping? Hoppy? Hoppy the kangaroo for Bugs Bunny. But there was another Hoppy. He was green with spots. Hop, 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 hop. Why hop? H-O-P. Now let's just mix it up. Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron. L, life, angel. K, king, which means actually the 11th letter, which means angel, man, and spirit. And E for lake from the E world. Equal is the actual, as the backwards, or ecological, if you want to extend it. Superior is supposed to be the spirit of the one you, of the birth. The P is the 16th letter for the one spirit of the sixth man. The E is the E world. The R is the re of the birth, because the re of the birth is the other. I-O is the I birth and the egg birth. One is the man, okay, and one is the angel in heaven. And then we finish off with the R because it's divided up and it's calculated as the R is the 18th letter in the alphabet. One spirit, 8 of the heavens, and that's where they all go, so it's superior. Huron is the heavens of you, okay, again of the re of the birth, okay, of the egg, and the neutralization of the 1-4. It's the N letter, and the neutralization of 1-4 is like the core of the Rubik's Cube, which equals to 5, which connects man through the porthole over to the angel, over to the Beta Mother, to the heavens, and also down to the stellar number 8. That's why we showed a pentagon, because the stellar number 8 is our next life, and we don't get that V, the pentagram, and make it look like a mug and David. You become a mug and David from the pentagram in your next life, because that's what you turn out to be. That's the cycle. The completed mug and David is the cycle. Okay. Oh, and they all fit together, and they go with crop circles, and that mug and David. Let me tell you one thing. What's so powerful about that mug and David? Okay. You see this? Okay. I'm gonna try and do this. Let's see if I can do this. This is like Indian teepees. You ever see an Indian teepee? That's it. It's an Indian teepee. So you put another one this way, you have the Illuminati, okay? But forget about that, because you have the lines that go across, okay? And what happens, okay, is this goes up and up and up, and then they meet, and they show this much space, but it supposed to show a smaller triangle, and because these pens are straight, they bend, okay, creating different forms in our universe. Not only that, but when these are sliders, creates compression in the universe. They rise and they lower, creating different size air bubbles inside of them. And they're also like dynamite, because when there's something outside the universe to explode, okay, so that it doesn't fall on us, it just blows it up. Little mug and Davids of dynamite. This whole world is a mug and David. Good day.